Y'all don't understand, man. I really missed y'all, dog. Hold on. My mic sound a little low, but I'm gonna try to keep it a little louder for y'all. Listen. Oh, hey, yo, relax, freak. Chill. I know. It's been a little minute. Happy 2022, Angel Year. First ever Angel Year. Hope y'all having a good 2020, my nigga. Thank Y'all don't understand. I really miss this, man. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Prince Dio Junior here, and you came here to get my point of view from my third eye view. Just know whenever the peace comes, the love comes with it too. Peace, love and peace. Because everybody want peace and love and peace. That felt good as hell. Ain't gonna need a lie. Ain't gonna need a lie. Oh, ain't gonna need no with you. Ain't gonna need a lie. It was fire. Oh Lord. We strapped in. Let's get the balls going. I love y'all. Here we are again with 2022. Just know I'm in my 20s and I got a 22. I know I've been laid back chilling. My heart was covered in an igloo. But when I came out, I was the shit. That's how you know I came with a big dose. I'm gonna stop. I'm too far here. I'm gonna let y'all have it. But here we are today, man. First video of 2022. Like I said, I hope y'all been having a good 2022, man. Y'all, this has been so far. It started off really good, but then it was kind of a little bumpy. You feel me? I look kind of bumped. Hold on. I promise y'all ain't been working hard like that recently. But nah, like niggas still injured. You feel me? Ain't nothing new. You feel me? I'm working on it, but you know, in due time, nigga gonna get better. You feel me? But nah, we here. Wait, another Kevin Samuels banger. This nigga's my idol. I'm trying to get like this, man. You feel me? Like this nigga's brilliant. We got I'm too afraid to get married while young. I ain't gonna waste y'all time no more, man. Let's get into this video.
Hello, how are you?
Hi,
How old
Hello.
are you?
I'm well. How are you?
How old are you?
I'm 22.
I can tell right now you about to be on her eyes. I'm ready for it.
I just turned 22.
Oh, okay. What do you got for me?
I promise it's not
Um,
liquor. I promise.
so I'm in college actually right now, and I just watch your lives for advice and just to hear what you have to say and take notes. I don't have a lot of experience in the dating realm, but ideally I would like to marry. I would like to be a wife and a mother, ideally stay at home. But I do want to build something for myself
Why?
before I do that.
Why?
Why?
Hmm?
One,
Um,
two, three. Okay.
Security. I just,
And
if
what's the
things
what's the marriage fee?
I remember thinking how Bitcoin
Come
would
on,
be my
kid.
ticket to financial freedom.
It's a
Then
30-minute
I came
video
across
already.
this little known Amazon side channel that could.
We don't care. It's your money though.
well, it's just in my mind, it just
Would you
seems
go buy a new Mercedes and then go buy a Honda Accord for security in case the Mercedes didn't work?
no.
No, you just make sure you get a good Mercedes, right?
Right.
Why do so many of you ladies automatically start looking for side doors for security?
I guess in my mind, it's just such a big sacrifice and risk to
Dying alone is a bigger one. Were your
what
mother
you
and
say?
father married? Dying alone is a bigger one. Were your mother and father married?
No,
Okay, were you
no.
just raised by your mother?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Just raised by your mother?
Both parents are in my life.
Is your mother married?
No, my mom's not married.
Is your father married?
No, my father's not married either.
How many siblings do you have?
I have two on
Okay.
my dad's side.
So when you're at, do you go to a predominantly white college or an HBCU?
Predominantly white college.
So when you hear your non-black college
Ebola.
uh, students, do you hear them talk about relationships in such negative ways that they need to get a business started before they get married? Do you hear Becky Marisol and Mylene talking like that? That they need to get a little something to ensure in case their marriage doesn't work out?
I mean, I
As the
mean,
norm, as the norm.
I mean, 22, 21-year-olds, 21-year-old women.
Non-black
Yes,
women.
they are.
Non-black women.
Oh, young black women.
Non,
Oh,
non, non,
non-black
non.
women.
This
Yeah,
is
at
a
my
long
age,
video.
yes, I
You
do.
hear the majority of young college-educated women saying they need to have some sort of security before they get married in case it doesn't work out.
I don't hear them saying those words, but I do hear them, you know, they have their vision boards. They have things that they want to
Vision
do.
boards are they okay? Would you say the majority of non-black women at college at the PWIs are looking for security blankets and side doors, or are they looking for marriages?
They're looking for marriages.
They are talking about their careers. They are. I go to a predominantly white college.
You can't even make this shit up. The numbers don't even support this. The next lowest rate group of married women are 54%. Sorry, young lady. It doesn't compute. I gave you every opportunity to be reasonable.
I mean, I'm telling you the truth.
So, what kind of, but let's just go down that path. What's your degree?
Oh yeah. If y'all see my eyes roll, it's just because my contacts get extra dry. So it's like to a point where like they might stick. So my eyes, when I blink, they might like it's like traction. So my eyes just like they rolling, but it's just my eyes is dry. You feel me? Just want to get that out there.
I am
But I'm trying not to
studying
pause this video. It's
communication
nuts.
in French.
So, a useless degree. What kind of security are you going to make in the next 7 years to provide you for a lifetime in case a marriage doesn't work? Nothing. Man, it's simple math.
Okay.
You're getting a degree in communication, which is useless.
Working
Humanities.
out. Hold on.
It's not a high income generating in French. So what would you be qualified to do in the work world that's going to pay you enough money to where you could stock away residuals?
Okay. I mean, I respect what you have to say. What I'm doing is not useless at all.
I asked you a
still-
question before you monologue.
What's your monologue?
What,
What's your question?
what are you going to be doing in the marketplace after graduation that's going to pay you enough money to where you could stock away residual income for a future?
Well, as of right now, I'll probably have a job associated with the federal government.
What are you going to be doing?
Specifically, I don't know that yet.
About how much money do you think you'll be earning annually upon graduation, entry level?
To start off, probably 60, 70,000.
See, I'm not the one to really be talking on this kind of things like that, but when you go to college, you really got to know what the hell you're going for. You really got to have a plan, especially when you're getting out of there or you're wasting your time. He's basically asking her, what are you going to be doing to be stacking up enough money to be putting on your back burner, basically, to accommodate you through life for your independency if you ain't getting no man? You in college. What is your degree? What are you going for? You're trying to work for the federal government, but what is your ideal job with the federal government that you're going to be doing that's going to get you paid?
Thousand.
I don't.
No.
I don't know.
Now, with communications degree, no. Average
Communication
communication student is
I
making
didn't
around
hear that.
35,000 to start, man.
That's my
I do
mic so
this in real
low.
life. Okay.
Okay.
Where's it? How many jobs you plan on working?
As many jobs as I need
How
to
many jobs do you plan on working?
understand.
Not a career. See, what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is, it's one thing to say, I'm afraid of marriage because it might not work, so I need to get me something before I get married. Okay, let's talk about how that works. And y'all act like you can go into the work world and you're competent enough to earn enough high income as a salary, entry level. You
But
don't.
what's wrong
Man,
with
listen,
that? What's wrong with
listen.
wanting that?
What's wrong? Because it's stupid. It doesn't work, and I can break it down with the math.
Yo.
Put your feelings to the side and talk to me like a business person. Ma'am, you have a communication degree in
That
French.
foot down,
Those
fellas.
are humanities. That's not a high income skill. You'll be entry level in any job. Do you have student loans?
Yes.
Approximately how much student loan?
Federal students.
Approximately how much debt will you be in upon graduation?
No more than under 15,000.
Okay. So you'll be coming out of school earning around average middle class money. That's it. You're not qualified to do anything else. You have to. You don't get paid upon potential. You get paid upon compensation. Upon competence. You will be working 40 hours a week at a job, entry level. Where are you gonna stack additional money? That means you got to go get a part-time job, and that part-time job is just going to be hourly.
Okay.
So in essence, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. I don't have the time or the skills in a 5 to 7 year window to stack anything substantial. If you had a part-time job that was paying $15 an hour and that's 1,000 hours a year, over 5 years, $75,000 after taxes. If you maybe had 50, if you would cap it, maybe.
I seen it coming like a mile away.
But that's not realistic. And how long would $50,000 last you? My point is, in our culture, I need you guys to think. I asked her, if you go to a predominantly white institution, how many non-black women are looking for security in case a marriage or relationship doesn't work? This is one of the biggest twists on the black community. Our women have been made to think so about marriage and relationship in such dangerous ways to where that you guys are cultured to be independent. There's a huge viral thread going on right now talking about Latinas are raised to be wives, black women are raised to be independent. And even right now, with a communication degree in French, you know your income potential initially is not going to be high. And you don't have unlimited hours. So you'd be a vanity ego project, make a few $1,000s. Would it not be better to learn how to work with a man for a lifetime and make sure your marriage doesn't fail and not need a parachute or a security blanket?
Ideally, yes. So
not ideally. 80% of divorces are filed by women.
Damn.
Not ideally. You ladies leave.
Okay. So what you're saying is, graduate in a few months, I should just be on the hunt to work for a man that I'm with. or on the hunt for a
Well,
husband.
what I'm saying is, ma'am, one of the biggest reasons why we as a black community are lagging behind is because we don't have black families. 80% of our children are born to single parent households. Every generation is starting over. When your mother and father, are they going to pass you down any inheritance?
Yes,
Okay. Do you know how uncommon that is?
very.
Because we don't have family. So while at
That
22,
is true.
the first thing you said about marriage was, well, I need to get me something as an insurance blanket in case it doesn't work out. But other groups are like, well, shit,
Yeah,
I'm
so
going to get married and it's going to work because they know relationship is the key. You guys have made it, you guys think you're the key. You got a degree in communications and French. Due respect, man, that's not heart surgery. It's not a high income, guaranteed high income. Sure, it has the potential, but the probability is low. You have to have, I mean, federal government, consulates, whatever. Man, so many, that's so unlikely. DC is littered with young women like yourself who are working part time at Starbucks because they get out there and realize this was a dumb thing to go to school for. And they don't have the.
that is true. Like, why would you go to school for communications? Like, what point is that? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I went to school for game programming. Obviously, I didn't finish, but I really sound low. But it's like, at least with that degree, I could have made six figures. Well, I would have had to go to school for probably like a good more 8 years, but not doing that. But communications, what job is going to hire you? You're learning how to communicate, basically. Like, who cares? Just saying.
Relationship skill.
Go to college for what you
So
want.
even when I said, you said, so you're
But
telling
make
me as a
sure
young woman, I should get
it's
out here
going to
and
get you
hunt
paid.
for a man to become. You talk about relationships in negative ways, defensive ways. It's not, where's the optimism? I can't wait to be a wife and a mother and what a man build and da. It's all, that's the way our culture works. Think of relationships in restrictive terms.
Well, I not as much as you have in this conversation, but I'm very hopeful and I'm very optimistic.
Well, the first thing out of your mouth undercut everything you just said. So you can say that after hearing everything. I challenge you to go back and listen to this segment and look in the comments section. I just respond to what I heard, man.
Okay,
Why
sir.
at 22 are you? Why at 22 do you need a side note or an emergency plan?
Um, I guess, like
He's
I was
asking some
saying,
really
in
amazing questions.
my mind, it's a huge risk and a sacrifice. If that's negative, then okay.
It's a huge risk, man, but it's a risk meaning if the marriage doesn't work, right? That's the risk. If it doesn't work, if it
If it
fails.
if it doesn't work, if the person turns out not to be who
Stop
maybe.
right there. Stop right there. If it doesn't, so like I said, do you go buy a BMW and buy a Honda Accord just in case you buy a bad BMW, or do you make sure you get a good car? This is what I need you guys to understand. Our women never really are committed to the primary relationship. They're more committed to college, jobs, themselves. When you statistically, females,
Yo.
80% of divorces in our community are filed by black women. Black women are twice as divorced as they are married. So when you say ideally and all this other stuff, if the women in our community stop filing divorce, what kind of marriage rates will we look like? What we have? 26% of our women are married right now, right?
Mhm.
We have a 50,
26%.
almost 60% divorce, 56% divorce rate. 80% of those are found by black women. So 8 out of 10. So arguably, let's just call it 50-50. If you have 50 divorces out of 100, if 80% of those divorces are filed by women, that's 40. If we cut that to 20%, by my math, that means we'd have an additional 30% of marriages. That means black marital rates will go from 26 to 56%. You'd be just as married as white men.
Wow.
Stay in your marriages, stay in your relationships. Learn that you need a man. Men are not optional. Let me say this. Unless you know you're going to be in the top 10% of all female earners for a lifetime, a man is not optional. He is absolutely required. You won't make enough money.
Good grammar
I
and
didn't see that
spelling
one. I ain't
are
gonna lie to you.
important. But if you want
did
to
not see
write
this one.
essays that inspire, messages.
I understand that. I agree with that. I do. 100%.
So I get it. So where we're at this impasse is this whole ideally, it's, well, if I get the wrong man, is this, or do you have what it takes to stay in a relationship for a lifetime? Do you have what it takes to stay with one man for a lifetime? Do you have, not him, not ideally, do you have what it takes to wake up every day and decide to stay with your man for a lifetime?
Yes, I do.
And that's all you need. Then that's the only security you need. Because whatever you think you can go out here and do with a job and income, that's just money. Go ahead.
I agree again. I also think, to add on, as a young black woman, there's just a lot of hesitation. There's insecurities to make that step and actually do that.
See, right then and there, that's where she messed up. You feel me? Listen, at the end of the day, we all have been hurt, put in situations where we've been damaged by numerous of people. You feel me? Friends, family, relationships, whatever the case may be. But you can't put that mind state in every time you think you're finna take a leap into a relationship. Sometimes you gotta take a risk. Everybody don't know each other, but at the same time, you can't think, because if you gonna get in a relationship with, like, let's say most black women be scared to date black men because they think like all black men are trash or whatever the case may be. You can't think like that, because when you thinking like that, you use that same mentality into that relationship going forward, and thinking that that's how the relationship starts crumbling. Which how by he means, like, women 80% of the time divorcing men, it's mainly because they're unhappy. Men, we try to fight for the relationship more than the female do. It's whenever y'all are unhappy, that's when this ship just starts to fall apart. It don't matter about us, cause y'all ain't really willing to fight for us. We mainly provide. We are mainly the security. We are mainly the dominant factor of the whole situation. We gonna try to make sure y'all good at all times. We gonna try to do whatever you want, whenever you want to. But y'all ain't reciprocating that same shit. Get on her ass, Sam.
The type of men you're talking about, just like the type of women you are hoping black women aspire to become, are rare. That's also a reality.
Prior to 1965, we were married at a rate of 80%. And we were not college educated back then. We were just average working class people. 80%. Jim Crow, segregation, slavery, lynchings, 80%. My question is, the insecurities you have as a young black woman, where do they come from?
From what I see around me.
Who? How do you get?
Media.
Yeah, but
Um,
male or no, 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 no. Where are you getting your information about relationships directly? From women or men?
Mostly from
Women.
women.
Thank you. So men ain't got nothing to do with your insecurities or your fears. This was put into you because it's coming from mostly from women.
Talk
If
to her.
women change the way they talk and view relationships, it would change your inputs.
Well, what about the men
No,
speaking?
ma'am. No, ma'am. You see? Here's the problem. What she's going to try to do is presume that the reason the women are talking that way is because the men do it. No, the numbers don't.
No,
Okay, hold on. I'll let you. My point. I'll make enough point. Men don't leave relationships. 54% of black men are single and
That's it.
childless. 61% in the middle class. The divorce rates and everything is the only thing going. Men file divorce 2 out of 10 times. Women are filing divorce most of the time. Women control how relationships are talked about. And prior to no fault divorce, where women actually couldn't just divorce because they didn't like it, we had community. Now you can stay or go based upon anything. You don't even have to go to a judge or anything and say there's a reason, just irreconcilable differences. And you said it yourself. No matter how it comes, media, television, culture, you are taking your cues from women. Men
Facts.
can't fix that.
Facts.
If they can, and if you think they can, please tell me
I don't want to hear this.
I think that, I have a balance of healthy women role models and male role models in my life. But when I like take inventory of my friends, for example, like I don't think enough men add their voices to the conversation. And I don't know if that is because women are so outspoken or just, are hammering their opinions.
No,
But
it's
I
because
don't
you're not
when
trying to
your
listen to
friends
the
when your friends
man's.
talk about relationships, I'll tell you one thing. When women talk about relationships with other women, y'all don't challenge them. Y'all just believe it. I
Facts.
left him because he's an asshole. He's a dog. Well, you don't question him. You just y'all
Facts.
believe all women. But the numbers,
Facts.
man, the
well,
numbers.
I don't, but
Okay, but you get what I'm saying.
I get it.
Do you think in our culture, black women talk about relationships in positive ways?
No, they don't.
And in a free country, we can't make y'all do anything. So
Facts.
if women get their cues, if women like yourself get cues from other women, and y'all don't check the women and question the women and vet the women, you expect men to say, men have been saying it for the longest. We're not doing this stuff. We didn't do that. But then we still get bills, scrubs. I don't want this, da 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 da. To now. And you got one man who talks, and how many times are they trying to cancel me just for having a conversation?
Just the combo. Just the combo.
But the funny thing is, women who look like you and show your reflection are losing because you're the most unmarried, unprotected out here by yourselves. White, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, and Asian women are married. They got families, extended families, natural networks to do business, to build with, to pass on wealth, more opportunities. We got individuals.
Okay, and you're saying that we're the most
You ain't
unprotected,
lying.
disrespected, etc.,
I said, uh-huh,
or
unprotected.
whatever what you just said. Um, as a result, that's why a lot of women are the way that they are. That's
No,
why they're.
no, you're not. No, you're unprotected because you choose to be. They're not unprotected because the men don't want. No, no, ma'am. Excuse me. You're not unprotected because the
I
men
don't
don't want.
think
No,
that.
excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. No, no. 80% of divorces are filed by women. You're unprotected because you leave your relationships. Men can't make women stay.
Facts.
What power does a black man have over a black woman to make her do anything?
I want to hear this.
There's no comparison for the sounds you will find within Arcade. It's updated daily with royal.
So So if you choose, how long have you watched my content?
A couple months now.
Go back and watch video after video and listen to all the women talk about how they were married. And you asked who filed for divorce? They, me, why? I wasn't happy. Most of the time, man, just divorces. Look at the divorce filings. You can do your own research. Go in your state and look at irreconcilable differences. You can go look at it yourself. How is a single woman supposed to be protected and provided for in a world? What is a woman's baseline provision and protection in a society?
Can you repeat the question?
A female, a woman, in any society, is an individual woman's baseline protection?
A man.
Thank you. When you're a young woman, your father and the men of your family. But when you're an adult woman, it's supposed to be your man. How many of our women are standing without a man by choice? That's why you're the most unprotected. Not because men have failed and black men don't want relationships. Because you ladies lack what it takes to be in and stay in relationships.
Facts.
Because you're always thinking, well, it could not work. Ideally this, ideally that. Man, I do this in real life. I talk to women every day. And more often than not, women are leading relationships for no good reason. To the point to where I'm talking to you at 22.
Can't be mad.
And I will be honest, when I was at university, I would listen to young women of other races happy. Freshman and sophomore years, they was out joining sororities, rushing, hoe-phasing, doing all that other kind of stuff. They were out there bad. Black girls were getting in relationships. But junior and senior year, these women all gave up all that. They started looking for the guys who were going to medical, law school, whatever, getting married, finding out boyfriends and getting engaged on the way out of college. Being married between 22 and 25. Non-black women, when I was at work, every summer, seemed like they were always going to weddings. Always going to weddings, always being in weddings. You know what I saw black women doing? Going to the club. There were no black women going to weddings. Because black women, when I was in school, junior and senior year, they were leaving their relationships because I'm about to graduate. I'm about to go out in the world. I don't want to be tied down to this. I got options. I'm young. Because they were told by...
Execute Order 66.
You don't need to be tied down to your college boyfriend, girl. You got your degree. You're going to move to your new apartment in a new city. You need to get out there and experience the things. Then next thing you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years didn't happen. You were 27 years old. Becky Marisol and Marlene have been married 2, 3 years. Got their first child or something. Now you 27, 28 years old, starting to look down 30 and like, well, dang. And all you've been out here doing is hot girl summer and partying, Cabo, Jamaica, whatever. Men are not as frequent as they were in high school and college. All you see is the men at your gym, your apartment complex, and a few guys in your office building. Relationships become harder and harder and harder to get. While the women you went to college with went to go to school for, they worked for a couple of years, and then next thing you know, they leaving because they got pregnant, they working for their husband. Black women are working longer because they got no husbands. I've seen this my entire life. So you at 22, when I hear you talk about, it's too much of a risk, I'm like, no, don't do this. Don't do this because, go back in my channel and listen to all these women over 40 who would say, I wish I could tell this young lady right now, stop thinking relationships are such a risk and recognize that relationships are what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a 180-degree switch. Because again, let's finish it out. Unless you know you're going to be in the top 10% of earners, because I give this example. If you're making $50,000 a year and got a 3%, if you got a cost of living adjustment, so keep up for inflation, you're making $50,000 from 25 to 65. and you have a life expectancy up to 85. It's 20-year retirement. And you stacked away $200 a month over that 40-year career. You'd have a $750,000 shortfall in your retirement. Meaning you're going to need anywhere from 1.9 to 2.4 million dollars to retire on cash. You don't get there by one person. You need two incomes and a family. Countries are not set up for single individual people to live by themselves. That should scare you to death that you think, with a communications degree and a French degree, that I'm safer out here by myself than with a husband. No other group of women are moving like this. They're with their men. Y'all are out here making other people rich, standing alone, feeling unprotected, and then getting mad at black men for, yeah, we're unprotected. We can't make y'all decide to do right. Y'all got to decide to come back and be with your man. That's your original baseline protection.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good conversation though. I think it was good.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm tired of this. Look, guys, you know that's right.
Hey, yo, hold up. Oh, you go right for you. Listen, Kevin is a GOAT. 100%. There's no denying it. Kevin is a GOAT. Nothing he said was wrong. It was true. And for me to be the person like who I am, like sometimes I be like, screw a relationship right now, like I'm trying to get myself right and everything like that. Like the only reason why I put myself in that situation is because I'm looking for a woman that wants to help me get like through my injury situation to be the man that I want to be for her and my future family. You feel me? Like I don't want to be with just any female. Like if you don't see me my struggle right now, there's no point of me seeing anything with you in the future. Cause if the shoe was on the other foot and I seen a female, she was struggling, she needed like my protection to help to get her up, I'm gonna lift her up. It's up to you to take that will of me giving to you to help get yourself up as well. But I can do as much as I can to support you to get you to where you are. But if you ain't willing to help yourself at the same time, there's nothing I can do for you. We can't force a woman to do anything at all. But y'all so strong in that independent mindset where it's like, black men ain't this, black men ain't gonna do this and stuff. But we work the hardest. We do the most. We are the main key ingredient for y'all. We will literally sacrifice 20 times more than any other nigga that you gonna put yourself with. But most black women will literally go try to talk to a white nigga when you know damn well they family don't like you at all. They're not trying to put you in their family wills or anything of that nature. They just more care about your kids. Even they really don't care about them motherfuckers because you got black in them. But that's another conversation for another day. But then they, like I said, they just like to step outside their race and think like that's gonna work better. But it's gonna be the same shit. Black women, we gotta do better. Even in black men, we all gotta do better and start creating more life for us before we go extinct. And it's gonna be us men first. It's facts. It's gonna be us men first. But I enjoyed this video 100%. I'm gonna be bringing Kevin to the channel a little bit more, a whole lot more. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning back into this video. Listen, this damn dry cough. But I'm not gonna guarantee perfect consistency, but I will be a little bit more consistent than I was last year. Now that I got my stuff and everything back and whatnot, I gotta figure out why my mic is so low. I don't like that. But I will try my best to be more consistent this year. I got some stuff in mind that I really want to do. I'm trying to keep myself motivated to do it. Listen, I miss y'all. I really do miss y'all. I don't plan on, listen, please listen to this part. I do not plan on reacting to music as much as I did last year. Trust me, I love each and every one of y'all that be coming to me with y'all music, but at the same time, if you gonna be doing that, recommend me to something else to watch instead of just music. I don't want to be that music guy. I'm not no artist. I'm not a productionist. I'm not a mixer. I'm not none of that. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but it's like y'all only support me when I'm supporting y'all. When it's time for me to support somebody else or do my own thing video wise, y'all don't support it. Y'all don't share it. Y'all don't care about it. But I'm sitting here, even on my off time, putting y'all on my story, sharing y'all shit, and making y'all look good. But y'all ain't doing the same for me. So this year, my channel is my channel. I will support who is going to be supporting me. If you ain't supporting me, you ain't getting supported. I'm tired of giving out free publicity and nobody ain't putting no publicity out for me. It is what it is. And oh yeah, by the way, I will put it on my Instagram as well too. But if you want me to react to your music, it's $10. If your music will get me copyrighted, 20. 2022 is gonna be a different year. I gotta get my bread too, just like how y'all get your bread. Facts. But I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into this video, man. It's your boy Prince Theo Jr. I'm not gonna drop no bars to get out of this video. I'm gonna let y'all have that one this time. But I enjoyed this. I missed this. Thank y'all again, man. Thank you for tuning in. I love y'all. Signing out. Peace.